like I wake up and say, hey, let's be mean to Pac-Man today. Look, I'm big and mature, and I'm above that. I don't want to be mean to Pac-Man. That's the thing, though. I'm not even sure this is Pac-Man. How's this Pac-Man? Sounds like he's 10 years old. It was always Pac-Man, not Pac 10-year-old boy. Guy has a wife, for God's sake. And Ms. Pac-Man is a grown Ms. Pac-Man. All right, this whole thing's just getting weird.
Shiny!
Of course, I also don't wake up and say, hey, let's take ideas from other games and make a generic Pac-Man platformer made from ideas from other games. But unfortunately, someone has. And the proof is Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. As for Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures 2, well, this is proof that guy's an even bigger asshole than any of us anticipated. Look, and I'm not saying I want to fight him. I just want to talk to him and maybe fight him. Since I'm big and mature, after we were done, maybe I'd even give him an ice pack. So Pac-Man. Yeah, you know Pac-Man, one of gaming's biggest icons, Pac-Man. Little yellow circle who took over arcades and broke ground with his unique and addictive gameplay, Pac-Man. Well, that guy's 10 years old now. So it's like Back to the Future, but if Back to the Future was boring and ripped off other better movies. And that's a timeline no one wants to live in. And yet that's precisely the one we find ourselves in with Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures 2. And I got news for you too. Ms. Pac-Man? Yeah, know where you're dancing with her at the fish under the sea dance? She needs a man. She needs a Pac-Man. You're like, Pac-Man, I wish my parents understood me. Anyway, if I sound sick, that's because I am. And I'm pretty sure that that's 90% because of this game. Already reviewed the console version of this game for the Xbox 360, so if you want to hear more about why it's so original and uninspired, and you want to see why I'm so goddamn sick, go watch that one. We're gonna have side-by-side comparisons with the games it takes all its ideas from. It's unbelievable. But to summarize here, look, this isn't a terrible platformer. It's just a terribly boring and generic platformer. Every idea, every gameplay mechanic, it all comes from other games. I mean, it's one thing to be inspired by other games. That's fine. This one steals from other games. Stuff from Mario, Sonic, Donkey Kong, Sin and Punishment. The list goes on, and look, it's verbatim. It's ridiculous. If video games could be prosecuted, this one would face life in prison. Or I guess juvie. Listen, I get no pleasure from talking about this, so let's talk about what the game actually does well. So like I said, it's not a terrible platform. And in fact, even though the design's just the worst thing ever, the execution's actually pretty good. Like, this is a well-made game. Even on the 3DS, which is definitely the weaker version. It obviously doesn't have the visual polish that the console versions have, and after a while the music and voices get annoying. But in terms of the gameplay, I mean, it's a perfectly okay platformer. There's some okay platforming. Pac-Man controls okay. If there's any problem with the gameplay, it's that Pac-Man's homing attack isn't always terribly accurate. Especially when you're trying to use it to cross a gap. And that could be a little frustrating. But other than that, yeah, I mean, plays okay. And I guess for little kids who like the television show that this thing is apparently based on, I guess okay is more than enough. And really, that's what it comes down to. I mean, if you're okay with okay, you probably have an okay time with this. But that's like, look, that's the best case scenario. I think for most people, this is just a generic alternative to better games. It's a collection of ideas, lifted verbatim, and then thrown into a strange world based on a strange TV show. To its credit, it at least does those things well. And I mean that. That's me being serious. If all you want is a platformer that plays okay, Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures 2 might deliver. But if you expect anything more than, like, creative grand larceny, well, you probably already know to skip Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures 2 for the Nintendo 3DS. It has anti-gravity levels and firepower. Hopefully it also has a good attorney.